Trout Trix worm, guys. It's the real deal. And if you want to come out to Collins Lake and learn the finer points of trout fishing, hands-on, out on the water, catching big, beautiful rainbows like these, you know where to go. Get on up to fishhuntshoot.com, check out the guiding calendar, and lock your spot down now, because I'm going to fill up, because the bite is on here at Collins Lake. Howdy guys, Kel Kellogg here. I am actually out on a guide trip right now, and I want to show you a couple different ways to rig a Trout Trix worm. I'm going to reel in one of the rods and put a new worm on it. We're spanking them on the Trout Trix worm. We have been all week. So there's a couple different ways I've been rigging it. Let me bring this rod in and I will show you method number one. It's the method I've been using. I also have another method I've been using that I really like. So let me reel this in and I'll show you the basic rigging. Okay, I'm back. So here's the basics. Main line, I'm running on lead core right now. The fish are biting down about 10 feet. So main line, trolling swivel, about a 40-inch, 8 or 10 pound test fluorocarbon leader, action discs, or action disc, couple bobber stops, a bead, and that number 4 mustad ring eye hook. This one's a little bent up because I caught a lot of fish on it. But here's how we put a worm on this rig, and here's how we adjust it to swim properly. I'll grab a worm. Here's that bubblegum pink worm right there. I take a little patience with this method, guys. I'm going to thread that worm all the way. I'm going to thread that hook all the way down to the tail of the worm. So I'm going in the tip of the worm like so, and I'm going to work it slowly but surely. I'm working it down some more. Heard a little boat there. Working it down. Keep sliding it down. Takes a little patience, but believe me, you want that hook point. If the fish are being finicky at all, you want that hook point down within about 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of the tail. That's the difference between a fish in the box and a short strike. And nobody wants to go out and get a bunch of short strikes. We want to put fish in the box. We want to put fish in the net. So right there, I'm going to pop that hook out and work the worm down over the eye of the hook. I'll show it to you in a second here. So you can see where that hook is going to be. It's just right there, about a 1/2 inch from the tail of the worm. And the worm doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It doesn't have to look perfect. I've been catching, anywhere from 6 to 8 trout per worm before I have to put a new worm on. So there we go. That's about pretty good, right? There we go. That's nice. Right there. Just like that. So once I've got it to that point, I'm going to slide these bobber stops down within about a 1/4 inch of the nose of the bait. When that goes through the water with that action disc there, very erratic. That worm looks like it's having a seizure. I'm going to top it off with a little bit of Procure Super Gel. Been using trophy trout today. We'll get it in the water and we're going to be yelling fish on in a second. When I change the other worm out, I'll show you the other type of rigging I'm using. It's very similar, but it's a little bit easier. I'll be right back at you with that rigging. Okay guys, I'm back. It's actually a little later in the day, but I am ready to show you that second rigging for the Trout Trix worm. So basically the same leader. I got the bobber stops there, the action disc. I got the little bead right there, but I don't have that mustad ring eye hook. Instead, I have a number 6, just kind of a standard octopus hook right there. It's a lot easier because I don't have to thread the worm all the way down that hook shank. All I'm going to do, take that hook, take my worm, pick worm, I'm going to insert that hook in the tip of the worm, and I'm going to go down probably, I don't know, a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that. It really doesn't matter. At least 1/2 inch though. So I'm inserting it down. Now when I get to that point where I think I'm down, 1/2, 3/4 of an inch, I'm going to pop that out like that. Let me show it to you like that. But then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull the hook right up onto the leader. So I'm going to pull the hook all the way through the worm. So now the hook is way down here, and I'm just going to hook this hook in the tail. And I'm going to do that just like this. So I'm going to get way down here, way down by the tail, like so. I'm going to reinsert the hook in the worm. And this time I'm only going to have that hook in there for maybe a 1/4 of an inch or so. Not far at all. I'm going to pop it out, just turn that hook. I'm going to slide the worm up on the shank of that hook. Bam, rigged. I'm going to adjust it a little bit. I'm going to get the bobber stop down where I want it. I'm going to get this worm set a little bit straighter on here. Really doesn't matter though. So just like that, I'm rigged, I'm ready. I'm going to put some Procure on there. And when that fish comes knocking, the first thing he's going to get in his mouth is hook. Comes nipping at that tail, he's going to get to check out my net. That's what's going to happen. Let me adjust my troll here a little bit. I'm going in a circle. So, you know, the Trout Trix worm, it's a super effective presentation. It's a subtle presentation. It's a finesse tactic. But tell you what, man, that will put some big fish in the boat. If you're not part of the Trout Trix team, try to say that a few times, Trout Trix team, get on over to fishhuntshoot.com, grab a kit of Trout Trix worms, play with the rigging. You know, I haven't invented all the ways to rig it, but those are two really effective ways to rig it. Troll at 1.8 to 2.2 and get ready to yell fish on, because it's going to happen. I'm Cal Kellogg. I'll catch you next time right here on YouTube. Thanks for all the support, and please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Have a great day.